Let's go. Oh shit, I forgot to do that. Anyway, REXXARS taking on Shrek is Love in the second game, or what I'm going to call the second game of the Scrim series. I don't know if it's actually the second game of the Scrim series. It could be. I should probably ask them. Let's see. Is
You
this
ask it.
game 2? I can't, actually, because I'm monkeyed. Damn it. I'll ask Clock. Apparently it's game 3. So I didn't cast that, but I'm not going to, so that's fine. Okay.
No one cares anyways. It's fine.
REXXARS is in fact up 2-0. So let's just go give them credit for that. Sorry. Draft
It's fine. I'll cry.
Sort of underway, as we've got 2 initial bans on Kraken and Magnus. Interesting. Nobody's taken out Swiftblade, Cthulhu, Parasite, Ophelia. Strength initiators, apparently a problem. I don't know.
Strength initiators are, well, I mean, Kraken, generally a strong hero.
Yep.
Magnus, also a very strong hero.
Yep.
I have no qualms with them doing either,
Me
banning
neither.
either of these.
And Pebbles.
Okay,
ban.
Pebbles is a strange one.
I think this is a strat ban, though, because he doesn't want to ban out... He's got first pick, so I think he's looking at this and thinking, I can get 3 typically banned heroes. At least 2 and maybe 3. Because one of Swiftblade or Cthulhu is going to be open. Parasite, Ophelia, Tempest, 2 of those are going to be open.
Yep.
So he's probably... Yeah, so he's thinking first pick Elephant here.
In that regard, I would have probably... Yeah, okay, Elephant, but on REXXARS' side, I wouldn't have banned Parasite. I would have left Parasite open.
Well, they get Tempest now, and that's sort of... No, they don't have to take Tempest, actually. They can wait till their 3rd pick. So this was a good... That was a good ban on Parasite, I think. Because now they can pick something that the Legion needs, and they don't... Yeah. And they're not going to pick Tempest until their 3rd pick. So that's a solid ban. That's going to take the Parasite out of the pool, so that they only have the Tempest or Ophelia option.
I guess they also feel that Parasite is a lot stronger than Ophelia and Tempest at this point in time.
Which is pretty true, I think.
And Swiftblade is stronger than Parasite, so they kind of wanted to, you know...
Right.
Have Swiftblade. I mean, I honestly would have thought...
the Elephant.
You would have banned the Elephant, and then they pick Swiftblade, and then they pick Parasite. Yeah, because actually that would have been the best thing to do, because Parasite actually counters Swiftblade to a certain extent. Puzzlebox is really, really strong versus Swiftblade's ulti.
Right. I think that would have made a little more sense. I'm a little confused as to why they picked up the Ophelia over the Tempest, though. I really feel like Tempest is significantly stronger than Ophelia at this point.
To a certain extent, I agree with you, but Ophelia brings a lot of early aggression that Tempest does not bring. Tempest is more of the mid-game, late-game hero, because, like, I was complaining to you about it on stream yesterday, about Tempest picking up an Astrolabe when they're not even fighting. They shouldn't be fighting early.
Right.
So I'm thinking, like, you know, just have Tempest not have an Astrolabe and go for an early PK Shrunken so that he can just ulti people, because that was the most important thing in that game.
Mm-hmm. But I see why they picked the Ophelia now. Push! So, I think they're going to try to take this in early aggression against Swiftblade, which is okay, but a little bit iffy, because Swiftblade isn't really one of those heroes that needs a lot of space and time to get going in, really.
I like it.
I don't like that at all.
Swiftblade suicide.
Yeah, but this is... Ugh. Because I think this
Doctor and...
No.
Yeah.
Go. You go.
I just feel that Doctor and Swiftblade are 2 really, really, really broken heroes at the moment. Well, Doctor more so than Swiftblade, but, you know, you need a capable person to play Doctor.
Right. And Zibby does play good Suicide Swiftblade, so that's probably where their thinking is. My problem is, Ogr's looking at a good push lineup right now, and Hellborn don't really have a way to counter that or to counter their early aggression. This is getting greedy. They've got Swiftblade and Doctor who are going to be reasonably item dependent to get to stuff. Swiftblade can do stuff without items, but that's why he would have been a good short laner, is because if he gets shut down in the suicide lane, he's going to do very, very little. If he had the short lane, he could still be an effective hero against this push because he doesn't need to have... He can have some mid-game presence with some items. I feel like in the suicide lane, he's going to have some pretty serious issues with stopping this push, fighting against the push. Sure, he'll go magic immune, but then he's just going to get killed because they can still do physical DPS, and Defiler's ultimate won't care about that. So
Plus, Defiler's silence will actually screw up Swiftblade really, really hard. If he doesn't get the spin off in time, it'll be drastic because then, you know...
as well.
Yeah, but Repulsor has an easier time dodging it, I think.
It's so big.
It's so huge
It's like enormous.
When you're level 14, though.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a while for it to get going, but the thing is, Dr. Repulsor probably won't be super tanky by the time Defiler's level 14. So if he gets a good silence off, Repulsor's going to be in a lot of trouble. It's a 6-second silence and a giant AoE, and I don't know, that's a little concerning to me. I feel like Shrek is Love can take this if they get a couple more push heroes and just be like, screw it, we're going to go and destroy all of your towers. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, they have a real like push thing going on.
And Hellborn bans are going to be Prisoner, Rhapsody, and Chipper, which aren't really heroes I think that fit the Legion lineup right now. Rhapsody does to a fair extent, but Prisoner and Chipper, I'm not sure if I would have gone with those if I'm Cluck right now. I'm looking for... Okay, I wasn't looking for that. I have to acknowledge that I was not looking for that.
Like, why would you run a full support Martyr?
Assuming that's what it is, because, I don't know, I think support Martyr is better than carry Martyr.
For sure, I mean, the hero literally heals another hero to full health if he's also full health. But my main issue with Martyr is that he does have the AoE heal, but for pushing lineups, he doesn't bring the same to the team as even an Amphora or a Torture, because you can push faster, or even a Demented Shaman. And Bubbles just doesn't make any sense. Like, it gives team fight, but at the same time,
I don't like
they have 3 ranged heroes. Like, they didn't need another ranged hero. They could have gone for another tanky frontliner, like a Balfagor, for example, or even a Lodestone, just to stand in the front and be an asshole. You know?
I think Balf
like something
the right pick. I was sitting there going, Balf, 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 get the Balf. And maybe they can't play it, I don't know, but I feel like they had a really good opportunity there with the last 2 picks to pick a couple more pushers in this game in 20 minutes and say, okay, you've got Swiftblade and Dr. Repulsor, but it doesn't matter because you're going to need farm and you're not going to have any towers, you can't farm anywhere because we're going to constantly be pushing you and constantly be getting aggressive. And they just let KNX off the hook. I don't know, man.
I do, wait, was it Cluckmuck who banned Prisoner?
No, it was Serenia.
I would...
Cluck's banned for Be Pharaoh and Path.
So is it a jungle doctor? No, it is not.
It's a dual support lineup.
A lot of people nowadays are complaining about dual support lineups that, you know, junglers are always better. But as Sync showed us, I mean, of course you can't always compare everything to Sync because they ran the dual support and they like stomped Nullstone into the ground in no time whatsoever.
Yeah, but they also ran the dual support in basically I think the only way that you can run dual support where it is better than a jungler is to get really aggressive really early and never stop. Because that's the one thing that a jungler can't do. So the problem is a lot of people run junglers and don't do that, or they run dual support and don't do that, or they don't do it enough, and then they get screwed because they get out-farmed and out-experienced.
Yeah. Junglers are like, well, I think Ophelia actually fits into more of a semi-support role, like a roaming semi-support. I really don't think that Ophelia can be really classed as a jungler in the same way than as a Tempest or a Parasite or a Keeper, to be honest, because they're all quite... Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's my point. Like, so basically what we're seeing right now is we're seeing a semi-jungler, semi-support run against a dual semi-support. I mean, dual support.
Right. And I don't know. I think there's some snowball death type stuff on the Hellborn side. There's a little bit of that on the Legion side too. Neither side has really great team fight. The Legion perhaps a little bit more so than the Hellborn, I would imagine, because of the Defiler ultimate and the Bubbles ultimate and the North's Blessing.
But they don't have a lot of lockdown
Yeah,
on the Legion side, which is my main issue. Whereas on the Hellborn side, they have quite some lockdown for the Swiftblade to just go spin and not give a shit about
right.
Bubbles, Cthulhu,
And I feel like the damage
Ophelia.
output on Hellborn is substantially better as well. I mean, you got Doctor, you have Swiftblade, Glacius ultimate even, Devour is going to provide some as well. And
This is going to like depend so heavily on
Let's
the
get it
laning
on.
phase.
uh-oh. PM. They're going to have to pause again. Wait. Well, apparently we are ready. I don't know. Things are fine. Looks like Hellborn are going to be running a 5-man gank strat in the bot lane.
Horse spell, Nox. He's playing a lot of like Torture last game, and this time Defiler. Like, I thought that Nox was always like the sit there farm hard carry type.
He usually is, but maybe expanding his horizons a little bit as a member of Shrek is Love.
What did Serenia just do with his warding? Did he ward both sides of the camp just to make sure that Ophelia got no creep, even if
Yep.
he had a rev ward?
Have you not seen that before either?
I
It
mean,
happens a lot.
but why?
Because now you think, oh, you realize the camp is blocked. I'll get a rev ward, and then you get the rev ward. You can only get one of those 2 wards with the rev ward. So
Yeah,
you
but-
unblock it, you think the camp is not blocked, and then you come back later, you find it hasn't spawned again. Either you buy another rev ward to counter the second ward, or you just wait for it to expire.
But right now, this has wasted 200 gold from the supports
really.
on the Hellborn side.
Because, I mean,
Like-
it's essentially the same thing as saying, I'm going to assume that that camp is going to get unblocked by Ophelia because she's not an idiot. So she's going to buy a rev ward, bring it out, which is exactly what she's doing, and then find my ward and unblock the camp. But I also
actually
want the
don't like
camp to
what-
be blocked, so I'm going to make sure it stays blocked by blocking it twice, essentially.
I actually find these lanes weird coming out from the Hellborn. Swiftblade has boots, so
Yeah.
Zibe has boots,
Yeah.
and he has Serenia in lane.
Yep.
Why isn't Glacius middle?
Yep.
Yep. Because Martyr is going to beat Glacius, and when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
Martyr, Rex, 1v1, supporting. In that regard, he's really strong. So I think that with this laning currently, the Legion actually has a substantial advantage.
Early Retribution there he is a bit iffy.
Yes,
They're going to put the
Martyr
spin
is
as
not-
well, and Martyr going to have a lot of damage taken, but they're going to counter with a Bloodlust onto Zibby, because he thinks that that is going to work, and it clearly was not. He was not taking damage fast enough for him to get the kill onto Martyr, and Martyr actually take the health pot, which was also a little bit premature, because he could have gotten a free kill, but they will still just get
But
a
it's a free
nice
kill
kill
anyways.
anyway, yeah.
Just as I'm saying about laning being strange, wonder what happens.
Okay, to be fair, Zibbe made a really terrible choice there. He should easily have backed off. It was pretty clear that that was not going to work the way he thought it was going to. And even if it did, he was dead, and he was trading his life for a support martyr, which is not a great trade even if you do get the Bloodlust.
I think that was disgusting what he did, and no one should ever make that decision, especially because it's Martyr. Like, Martyr is naturally tanky.
And Zibbe
Okay.
going to spin on the wave again, and Defiler's going to be like, alright, I'm going to pound in some autos here, throw out a wave of death, and you're probably going to die.
If Martyr had been there,
And that would have been a death, yeah.
it would have been a kill, for sure.
Instead,
I don't like the Defiler the bottle. He needs
What?
boots.
short lane bottle isn't a good idea? What?
This game, no. On Defiler, no.
What?
Like, why would you get a bottle on Defiler? On Drunken?
What?
Oh,
Okay,
he's-
now Zibbe's dead.
He should die. If he doesn't die,
He better
then
die.
there's-
The dodge! Nox. Sad
Okay, we're
times.
focusing towards some bot lane. What
We
about
are.
top lane? Cthulhu Font is actually might. Okay, Nymph is in
Is-
trouble. Why didn't he keep going?
I don't know.
Pussy Masara.
He's getting boxed out pretty effectively though. He's got no CS and only been in range for a couple, so he's having
That's the
issues
problem
leveling.
with. That's the problem with Doctor. Dual range.
Yeah.
You know, it's really difficult as a suicide to go against a dual range lane, especially if it's a doctor who will just not care about, you know, mana, because he doesn't need mana to farm really or anything. He just puts a magnetic contraption down for 70 mana and auto attacks for an extra, how much damage? 30 damage. That's pretty intense. With a slow, so that's 2 auto attacks in.
Potentially, yeah.
For 7.
So they're going to rotate the Martyr up here, figuring that Nox has already won his lane, which is more or less the case. I'm not really sure there's anything Zibe can do about this at this point. He just keeps spinning! And he's like, I'm going to take a whole bunch of tower damage, and this Wave of Death does not finish him up, it doesn't matter. Meanwhile, middle lane, Bubbles actually getting the kill on Devour, so...
Yeah, Devour was wasting a lot of hooks constantly. And really well played by Demstrats by dodging them with take cover and or just not getting hit by them, because Devour is kind of difficult to play against the Bubbles, I'd say.
Is REXXARS just like throwing? Is
I
this
don't know.
what's happening right now? I mean, like, their lanes are weird. They're rotating Glacius to the top lane, which doesn't need to happen. Like, Glacius does not need to be top. They're doing just fine shutting down this Cthulhu plant. And even with Martyr here, Dr. Repulsor's getting plenty. He's got 330 GPM, which isn't the greatest, but it's fine. And instead, Devour is dying middle against Bubbles, when if you had Glacius in middle, then Bubbles couldn't do shit.
But that Glacius would have had to been bottom
have rotated
for the
earlier.
entire time. And now actually bottom,
Oh,
he
Nox
is
dead.
going to get the kill. Because guess what, Nox? You need to get boots. Boots are a nice commodity, I'm
He's
going to
got
call
his
it.
power in debt, so I think he's doing fine. Who needs boots when you
Yeah.
have that?
Who needs boots when you got swag?
So, Nox does get a counter kill onto... Or sorry, Zibe gets a counter kill onto Nox in the bottom lane.
Which I would not have expected in a
Shouldn't have
million years.
happened.
That's never should have
And
happened
Swiftlane's
ever.
going to spin again. He's pretty low here, and Nox has an ultimate as well, but Zibe also has a bottle and Swift Slashes. So this could get bad. Defiler actually put the ultimate down and a silence, but not going to be enough damage, and Zibe just going to leave, because, again, well, Defiler does have boots now, but still not
He
great.
should put them...
mana
that
pots are
ultimate
getting
is
canceled.
just so strange.
Yeah, that
Why-
was a really terrible decision. I don't know why he did that. It's a huge waste.
I mean, and although Steam Boots make you really, really tanky on Defiler, Ghost Marchers just
So
seem kind of
fast.
poor on him. Because
So
you go,
fast.
yeah, as you said, you're so fast, and especially against a Swiftblade who is going to get Ghost Marchers, 100% sure of it. You can, and he does. How does he counterattack this often?
Maybe
It's-
he's got hacks. This
He's
is
got
public
hacks.
game.
It's Zibe.
Middle lane, meanwhile, Devour to put the ultimate onto Bubbles, and Bubbles could be in some trouble here. Has a Shell Surf, though, so we'll be able to get away.
But now Swiftblade is actually chasing the Ophelia down, and Swiftblade has the boots. Big jukes! No,
Nope,
low
nope, nope. Biggest jukes? No, he knows exactly where he's going now, and there's the spin. That's an easy kill. So we haven't talked about Ophelia pretty much at all, because she hasn't done anything, and she's at 180 GPM. And this is
That's
why you
pretty
pick
sad.
Tempest.
No, but like you're either an Ophelia player or you're not. Top lane though might be in some trouble.
Right, and I think that maybe he's not.
No, I think Doctor doesn't give a shit about fucking Bubbles. Level 1 silence.
He's got Kelfield, too.
Oh no, not
I
Kelfield.
mean, they can kill the Nymph.
They could potentially also kill the Doctor.
Oh, bottom lane.
What is going on?
I don't know. I don't know why Zibi
Why?
is coming back this hard. It's ridiculous. But top lane Nymphoria is going to die. Dr. Pulse is going to jump in. Perhaps look for a counter. Bubble's going to be in a lot of trouble. I think he's going to die. Puts the Kelfield, but misses. No! Silence is there as well. And Cthulhu going to try to chase this Doctor down, but it's not going to be nearly enough damage. We have a poor
And
cover from
Devour.
Doctor from Varian as well, yeah. He's going to need to land the hook on this. Is going to be able to split the uprights. No, Martyr is also here to help out, so I don't think they're going to end up with a kill here. No, Devour can't land. Yeah, he can't find the angle yet. That's, Creeps came at the
That's-
wrong time for him.
You said Doctor Devour, like
Dr. Devour,
weird-
hey, shut up.
Dr. Devour, like it was great. Actually, Doctor Devour incoming.
We also have, we all know that I basically have a speech impediment, so it doesn't make sense for me to cast anything. But it's probably gonna die in the bottom lane as well. As I saw all of that, I just didn't say anything.
Why is he dying?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. I legitimately don't know. Well, Bubbles gets the counter kill.
Like, is Nox like high or something?
That's
Because
what, it's a strategic feed. So he feeds Zibi a bunch of kills so that Mighty Marcus can come in and get that streak ending gold.
yeah, and yet Nox
Tactical
is still
feed.
at 90 GPM, and
Yeah.
Zibe is at 300 GPM. What?
Well, they're going to push the bottom lane here with Ophelia, who's still level 5. Not even 6, much less 7. 8.5 minutes into the game or so. And we'll get the tower kill, which is solid.
Yeah.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
I mean, this Ophelia is doing nothing. Like, it's kind of sad.
Well, I mean, Hellborn, you know, they have a dual support and they're not defending towers. I don't...
Nope. Why would you need
Why?
to
He's
defend?
spinning!
Again.
He's spinning! And the Catman's gonna die. He actually killed the cat.
Well, he
What
gets a wave in death, and I'm gonna miss your cell surf though, so we're just fine.
How is Zibe doing this? Can you please tell me? Okay, hook.
Skill blade.
Missed.
Yeah, Martyr coming over as well. Defiler ultimate is available. It's going to go out, and we're going to see a tier 2 tower be heavily pressured here. Speaking of those supports, one of them has rotated over. Glacius is here. But this is still a 4v5 advantage for the Legion side. Here comes Swiftblade with the spin. Silence going to do nothing as a result. Thunderblast and Ophelia is not going to fall. The Wings helping out a fair bit. Free is going to be on Cthulhu here. Nice 3-man Kelp field. 3 stuns. Actually, multiple stuns taken. They will kill the Namphora, and it looks like Valor going to be in a lot of trouble as well. No, he's going to go in the background. New response does come out in the background. They do get the hook back, but it hits Swiftblade. That's not the intended target. Wave of Death going to help finish off Glacius. Will they actually get this kill? I think so. Glacius does not have boots. Yeah, and Shell Surf's there anyway, so... He does have boots, but he's still pretty damn slow.
I was thinking maybe he was gonna go man mode and kill the Devourer, who was really low in the background. But that would have been suicide.
Probably would have been. Well, Ogre picks up a couple of kills. They lose just the one, right? Yeah, Ophelia, who isn't really valuable right now anyway.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like, I think he bought so many support items at the start. Like, he pooled a bunch of regen to a bunch of people, but...
It's the double block on that camp, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I
think that definitely contributed to it. The fact that Ophelia never ganked bottom was probably pretty much entirely because of that double blocked hard camp on the right side.
Yeah.
Well, not entirely. It was probably mostly because of that, and partially because apparently he just didn't do very well.
And I don't remember him trying to even counter it, so... And he just stopped his Vulture Lord's tornado. Why do these things happen?
I don't know what he's doing, man.
It's like players get nervous the moment we start like looking at them.
It's not that. Everybody has this thing about caster's curse, and you're like, oh, I was talking about this person, then he died. There's two things that contribute to that. First of all, the caster is directing the camera. It's not a completely random sample. You're looking at people often for the specific reason that they are about to engage in some sort of combat. So the fact that they're dying is partially reflective of the fact that you've realized they're in a position to die or to get a kill or something like that. The other thing is simple random chance where people remember the instances where it happens and they forget the instances when it doesn't. Speaking of that, middle lane, yeah, I've been watching this entire time. Is it Caster's Curse? No. They're going to try to kill this dev. It's not going to happen. He's going to teleport away.
And meanwhile, bottom lane,
yep.
Swiftblade is looking to push it, and is gonna split. He's gonna tank tower again because apparently that's what Zibe has been doing this game. He's just like, I'm
Here,
gonna.
I think it makes a little more sense because they had to get the aggro off the Hell Cannon because they wanted to
of course.
Destroyed a Legion tower.
Diving the tower a lot.
Yeah. And
the tower gonna fall.
Ogre is 5-manning mid when REXXARS is pushing all lanes. All other lanes.
Their ultimate up, and I think so. This is the problem. They're running this like they're running a push strat, but they made their last 2 picks like they weren't running a push strat. So are you running a push strat or not? You gotta figure it out, man.
You gotta do what you're supposed to. Like, oh god.
I mean, they're gonna get this tier 2 tower killed because Hellborn are not putting up defense, but
no, they might. Like,
not before this is gonna happen. Cthulhu can get a hook back and he will just charge away. It's not gonna matter. And are they gonna continue with the push? Doesn't look like it. They're gonna teleport back, specifically to the bottom lane to defend this tower, as Glacius is still hanging around. And he will be just fine, I think. Nope. Shellsurf gone through. Do they have enough lockdown to hit him? He's still level 5, so no ultimate. But Swiftblade looking to come back in. Silence doing nothing. Dr. Pulsar's here as well, and now Bubble's gonna be in a lot of trouble. Looks like Defiler will get killed. He's stunned from Namphora. Did not connect, and she actually might be able to just walk away. Off to the side, Ophelia going to drop the Vulture Lord Tornado, but doesn't really want to walk into that for good reason.
Super strong.
Yep. Martyr ports away in the middle lane meantime. So they do defend a couple of towers, and they take a tier 2 themselves. So push successful, I would say. But in general, I mean...
The power of Nymph is strong,
yeah.
I guess. They saw that they had one person port top, Cthulhu, and a bunch of other people ported to mid, and they probably noticed that the other guys didn't have TPs on them. So they're like, oh yeah, this is a pretty safe kill to take, especially when Bubbles just went in like that without any mana.
Right. And without an ultimate. And then we'll get the Thunder Blast onto Martyr, who is just kind of hanging around the middle lane. Icon of the Goddess is the choice on Nox, and that's the exact same thing he went for last game. Ophelia's getting an Ashblade, which is perhaps the right item, but it's going to be really late. That's my only real problem with it. So.
They're gonna defend this, it looks like. At least Doctor is making his way over. Half mana, I guess they're not gonna be able to defend this. But yeah, as you said, they're running this as a push strat with 2 heroes that don't push. Well, actually 3. Martyr, Cthulhu, and Bubbles.
I think Cthulhu's fine.
Oh,
He's just a tanky frontliner. Like, he's not the greatest push hero, but it's not like you have to have all 5 of your heroes be push heroes. It's a fake Doctor, just zoning out the
Legion had
Filer.
destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Yeah, middle lane, actually, Bubbles managed to get the counter kill onto Rocky Bubble and then Nymphora. Glacius is here
And
as well,
now
but here comes Dev.
Glacius might be in trouble.
Well, there's an Invis Dev, I think, is the issue that's going to be presented. Middle lane 2.
But they don't know that,
died.
and
yeah.
he's just gonna nom nom nom. Come
That's
on,
why I
nom.
don't think Glacius. That's why I don't think
Nom.
Glacius is in trouble.
Nom him.
Eat his face. Now
Yes,
Glacius might be in
but
trouble
no.
actually, as they waited for a really, really long time. Bubble's gonna get locked down, but he's actually not taking too much damage. Mirror's Blessing also helps him, as the Shell Surf away is nice. Bubble or Devour looking or something, he's not gonna find it. Had the hook available, but then didn't want to just throw it up the hill for some reason.
But now the Nymph port Doctor.
Yep, and Ophelia's dead. And off to the side, Bubbles is actually going to get chased down by the Devourer because for some reason he's sort of stuck around. He's going to get up the hill, but Nymphora could be able to get the cutoff. Nope, Bubbles has the PK away, and he should be just fine. So, Hellborn get a counter kill.
Nymphora wants to
Not
keep
bad.
going.
Yeah. It's really
But this
in.
deny. Why are people porting?
Nice
but
deny, and they will get the Bubbles kill, and they'll also lose an Nymphora. Yeah.
why are people porting?
That was a terrible decision.
What? Why would people port?
Because they don't want the tower to hurt the Nymphora. Poor Nymphora.
Like, he could have dodged the stun as well, of course, the bubbles, but with take cover, at least one instance of the stun, and then he wouldn't have taken enough damage to die from that one auto attack. But and then, you know, Nymph would have probably died because he was getting attacked by the tower and he was already half health by the time they started porting, so
Yeah. Not the greatest.
I guess they were afraid of the follow-up.
So Defiler has finished her Icon of the Goddess.
Pretty quick, 450 GPM.
Somebody needs to win this game so I can leave.
I think that Hellborn is going to win this game.
Depends. Defiler hitting level 11, that's gonna be big. Substantially more powerful ultimate. Meantime, Swiftblade's farming the Legion Woods. Because he can.
Dude, this guy is, like, ballsy as shit.
I mean, he has to be. Like, that's the only way it's going to work. They do have that greedy lineup, and Glacius going to get cut off by the Kelpfield.
There's a port
Pretty
coming, though.
easy kill. And, oh god, the Kelpfield wore off just in time. Glacius, no! Wave of Death does finish him off in the background. Defiler, Doctor Repulsor jumping in, but now he doesn't have enough mana, and he's also silenced. Defiler Ultimate going out, and Doctor definitely going to fall here. Cluckmuck, in the meantime, does die, but not the biggest deal because it's just a martyr. Meanwhile, Ophelia is somehow still alive. Port back in from Bubbles. They're going after a couple. Wave and Death is going to help finish this off. No, last auto attack does finish off Nymphora. Meantime, Ophelia in the background did die to Devourer, so Defiler Ultimate is up. They're going to go for a tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. They should be able to get a pretty game easily.
Go spin, Swiftblade. Go spin.
Yep.
We know you
got
want
this.
to.
You got this,
But
Swifty.
Devourer is incoming with the PK, so... Oh,
And Defiler
Noxus
ulti
regen was off.
is gone.
But
There's the jump. Hook
but-
whiffs.
And here are all the creeps from Ophelia, like, yo, did we miss something?
Yeah, if they had Ophelia creeps on that, they'd probably be dead tower right now.
Yeah, most likely. I wonder what Nox is getting next.
I don't know. So
I
here's
think,
what's
like-
basically going to have to happen. I'm going to right-click Nox, because I have to get out of here. And I don't know if you want to keep doing this, or if we should just both leave. Up to you.
I think I'm gonna leave.
Alright, well, we're never going to find out who wins this game, I guess. Sorry, I have to leave. I was trying to cast as much as I could. Got one game in, but that's going to be it. And for report, actually coming into the top lane to file error, gonna be some trouble. There's Dev ulti, and Dimp gonna counter with the stun. Dr. Pulse dripping in as well, and actually gets the kill. As that long range magic damage does a bunch. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn the stream off and end this game. If you guys really want to know who wins, you can go look up player stats or something like that. I will put it in the description of the VOD on YouTube. So sorry, but other obligations do call. Thanks, Shortcan, for showing up and joining with your illicit monkey. And hope you guys enjoyed.
Yes.
Just under an hour Scrimcast. See you later.